I'm gonna be honest, I have been working on inventory behind the scenes, just making random things, you know, for my craft shows and just shoving them in random corners of my craft room. It is a disaster in here at the moment. But my hopes are at the end of today's vlog, we're gonna be feeling so organized and just know exactly how much inventory I do have, because I do have a huge show coming up in June and I need to start prepping for it and being a little bit more strategic about it and not just like making just anything. I've been trying to get through my yarn stash and get through some stuff that I already have and finish some projects that I've been working on, but I need to get it together. I need to know exactly what it is I do have so I have a better idea of what else I need to prep for that show in June. So in today's vlog, that is what we're going to be working on. I'm going to find all of my inventory, we're going to go through it together, and we're going to just get it organized. So I want to invite you to work on something as you're watching as well. Let's be productive in today's video. Let's work on our businesses together, whether you're weaving in ends. Okay, I hate weaving in ends. You don't have to be doing that. That's what Weave In Wednesday is for. But whether you're weaving in ends on projects, tagging your inventory, or just crocheting along as you watch, I would love to hear what you're working on in the comments. I love that this can be a space for all of us crochet business owners to be productive together, and I can't wait to hang out with you in today's vlog. So let's get started. Should I show you what we're working with here? Okay. Come with me. I'll show you around. Just don't judge. Please. Okay? I've got a lot going on in here at the moment. So again, I've been trying to get through my yarn stash, which I've been doing a pretty good job of that, if I do say so myself. But I also have just a ton of whips, like a ton of bins of whips around. Whips, works in progresses. If you're like, wait, whips? What are you talking about? Works in progresses. Oh, also, like, I sew too. I don't sew for my bit. Look at that. Why is my sewing machine on? That's embarrassing. Okay, let me just, I don't know what's going on here. I'm a mess. It's not great in here right now. I feel like, okay, can I be honest? I feel like all of my vlogs are, oh my gosh, I'm so disorganized. The next vlog is like, organize everything with me. I am so back and forth right now where I get my creative flows and everything just gets scattered. It's a mess. And then I get like super OCD and super like everything needs to be clean, and I go through and I clean everything. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Please tell me I am not the only one who is just a total creative mess and then goes through and tries to purge everything and clean everything over and over and over again. You know what? I'm gonna try to implement some more systems in my business this year that helps me stay organized, and also as a recovering perfectionist, hopefully overcome some of those perfectionist tendencies. Overcome some of those perfectionist tendencies so that I can just have a system that works for me and not against me. Like, not something that's gonna completely overwhelm me every time I go to create. So something I definitely need to do. If you want a series of vlogs of me going through and like actually getting a system for my space, because let me just show you. Like, this is what my closet is looking like. This is embarrassing. I know, it's so bad, but you know what? We're working on it. We're gonna go through this, I think, in some other vlogs and just get it organized. But I will say, some of these bins are just finished inventory. Like I told you, I'm shoving random finished items. Like here. Look, this is a bin of finished items that I need to go through in inventory. I think I have more. Like, I'm pretty sure this box of polyfill. Yeah, this box of polyfill has, oh my gosh. Oh, that's where those went. I was looking for these at my last market. It's okay. We found them now, but I think this is just the only amount of plushies that I have. So anyways, these are kind of works in progresses and some finished products. Again, kind of scattered, kind of all over the place. This is just some real behind the scenes for you right now. And we're gonna go through and we are going to get organized and just figure out what I have. I want to figure out the exact inventory that I have right now so I have a better sense of what I need to make more of for my upcoming show in June. So more information on that later. First thing is first, we need to get a sweet treat. I need something like a little, I would say chai, but I've been doing coffee recently. It was daylight savings on Saturday night. And if you don't have daylight savings where you are, we lose an hour of sleep. An hour of sleep. Sleep is my favorite thing, and we lose an hour of it. So yeah, I was definitely been kind of struggling the last couple days. Like, I'm very tired, and I usually don't drink coffee. I usually drink tea. You know, I love my chai tea, I love my matcha, but today it's a coffee day because I discovered a new coffee drink. It is an iced latte, iced oat milk latte with lavender. Best ever. Not better than chai, not better than chai, but it's gonna give me the energy that I need to work on going through my inventory with you today, because it's a lot. I just showed you, like, it's a lot, but we're gonna figure it out. And my hope is at the end of this video, we're gonna be feeling so relieved. We're gonna feel so good. We're gonna be feeling like we've got a plan. And hopefully in this video, you can be productive with me, and we're just gonna get a lot done today. So let's go get a coffee. Latte decaf, because you already know, you're like, oh, you're already so energetic, you do not need caffeine, girl. I know it has a little bit of caffeine in there, but we needed a little something, just a little something, little sweet treat. More the sweetness is what I needed than anything. Okay, let's do a little taste test here, a little Starbs taste test. So good, so good. I asked for half sweet. I don't think they did it half sweet. I'm not even mad about it. I asked for half sweet just to, like, make me feel better. Like, yeah, you know, I don't like that much sweetener, you know, half sweet. And then secretly I'm like, make it as sweet as possible. I am such a sweets girl. Anyways, okay. Procrastination is at an all-time high recently. Perfectionism is at an all-time high recently. What are we gonna do about it? We're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna just get through the inventory that I have, and we're gonna try our best with what we have. Like, that's just all we can do, right? I wanted to take a second before we get started and introduce myself. If you are new here, my name is Camryn, and I run my own crochet boutique called Camryn's Cute Creations. Here on YouTube, I love helping fellow makers like you make more money selling at craft shows. I think it is such a great way for us to connect with our community, to actually get our products in the hands of people who really want them, know their worth, know their value, and it's just so good. It's just so much fun. I love selling at craft shows so much, and being able to show up here on YouTube and help you sell at craft shows as well just brings me so much joy. So thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for hanging out with me as we are productive together in our businesses, and I'm excited to see how much inventory I actually have. Alice is here in the living room. It's also kind of just a mess in the living room as well, and I'm not gonna clean for you. I'm sorry. I'm just assuming, like, we're close friends, okay? And you're not just like a friend I just met, like, we're buddies. Even if we did just meet, I'm sorry about it. I'm not gonna vacuum in here. We're just going to, like, we're gonna do it anyways. I have a really been struggling with perfectionism recently. It's been a struggle for me my whole life, and it comes in waves for sure, where some days it's easier and some days it's just really hard. Some weeks it's really hard, and recently I've just been in kind of a funk with my perfectionist tendencies, where I feel like this is so overwhelming and I'm so all in or all out that I don't even want to deal with it. Like, I don't even want to deal with all of this stuff until I have the time to do it perfectly. And I know that's such a procrastination type of thing. Like, I've heard this once where someone said perfectionism is procrastination in disguise, and oh my goodness, is it so true. So we are not going to be doing it perfect today, but we are going to be doing the best we can. I do know I have inventory at my parents, who live about 30 minutes away from me. I'm not going to drive there today and grab it just to make this video like everything I have, because that would be the perfectionist in me. But I'm going there tomorrow anyway, so I'll just grab it tomorrow and I'll deal with that tomorrow. So this isn't going to be all of my inventory, but it's actually going to be most of it. Let's just start taking some of these boxes and things, and I'm going to bring them out to the living area just because I have more space out there. I want to be able to spread out and just get really organized. So I am going to set you over here in the living room, and I'm going to start bringing in some of these things. Alice will be hanging out with you. She is on, can you see her? I don't even know if you can see her. Oh, there she is. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. I'm going to bring in everything that we need, and I'm going to move some of this stuff that we don't need at the moment. And we're just going to go through and get organized. It's going to be good. as I thought I did, which kind of stinks because that means I need to prep more, but hey, I love to crochet. So honestly, it's just good that I know. It's just good that we go through and we know what we need to prep more of. Things like these, like, they're taking up a lot of space, the pumpkins, but they're not gonna sell at my June show. Actually, not gonna lie, I did sell some of these at my June show last year because I ran really low on my inventory and I put out some pumpkins and they did actually sell. But yeah, I have some pumpkins, things like that. Ooh, I have a lot of the baby bear hats, which is really good because these sell really well for me. So I'm gonna start laying things out. I think I'm gonna lay down like a blanket and then start laying it out on the couch just because that's easiest. So I'm gonna do that. Here's my temperature blanket. This is gonna be like my little work zone. I'm just gonna start setting out what I do have and then we're gonna start organizing through it. This is a lot of my stuff. She totally just wants to snuggle with everything and I'm not letting her, so she's pretty mad at me. And then I have some more stuff here and some more stuff here. Now, I do remember now that this stuff that I have over here, I originally put over here to clearance out. Wait, actually, I'm not sure about this stuff, but I know for sure this bin. I was looking to clearance out some of these because, oh, this is like a color that I don't offer in my inventory anymore. And this hat is kind of too small and I don't have anything like this in my inventory anymore. These are like kind of one-of-a-kind things. I'm pretty sure this was just super long, like way too long, which honestly, some of these I might just frog so that I can actually make something that somebody would buy. So I had these in my, oh, this one had a snag on it. Oh, there it is. There's a little snag on it. So yeah, these are just things that I was looking to clearance, but I'm gonna organize through this after we organize through that because this is my actual inventory. This is what I need to kind of deal with at the moment. So let's sit down together and organize through this. Alice, what are you doing? Goodness gracious. She loves this corner. We call her Corner Girl. Are you gonna help us out? Okay. Let's get through some of this inventory. I thought we could chat as I'm going through and kind of organizing through what I have. I think the plan is I'm gonna go through and just sort things. So putting together all of the baby bear hats by color, things like that, sorting them into bags like this, and then we'll go through and count everything. But I think just to get started, sorting it by color makes the most sense. But I wanted to chat about how I actually like to store all of my inventory because I get a lot of questions on this, and as you can see right now, it is all over the place, but ideally how I like to store my inventory, especially when I have a lot of back-to-back shows, just for like reference, I haven't had a show, well, I had a show a few weeks ago, but before that, it had been months. So I usually, when I have a ton of shows, actually do a lot of just keeping all of my products in bins. So I'll just keep everything in bins since I don't sell my crochet products online anymore. It's just easier for me. And actually, when I was still selling online, I would just keep everything organized in bins, and then when somebody would buy something, I would take it out of my inventory. But it was never something that like I got home, took out all of my inventory, placed them all in their space. Like their space was just their bins, right? And so that's kind of still how I do it. But within the bins, I do these bags that I get at Joann's, and things are even more organized within the bags. And usually I'll do the bear hats in this bag here. That's why I'm putting them all in there right now. But that's just something that I like to do in my business since it just makes the most sense for me. I've had questions before like, do the bins make them smell weird or do they stay protected in the bins? And I've never had an issue with the bins making them smell different or them getting ruined or anything. It actually keeps them really protected in the bins, in my opinion. So that is what I like to do for all of my products is I put everything in bins. Now, I don't have any of the, no, I have one of the bins over here, but it has a bunch of whips in it right now, so won't be using that. I think the big bins that I use, if you've seen any of my market blogs, you will know how big those bins are. They are huge, and that's usually what I keep my inventory in. I have a couple of them at my parents' right now, but I think it has more of my display stuff in there just because at the end of last season, I was just shoving random stuff in random in bins. I was so tired and I didn't really have a system, but I want to kind of go through, organize everything, and just create a system. Where are you going, little guy? Just create a system that works really well for me that I can keep updated with, and for me that is just putting things in bins and bags, and that works really great for me. So definitely doesn't have to be anything super fancy. I think we tend to overcomplicate a lot of things in our businesses, and I am just pro overthinker. I am such an overthinker. I am such a perfectionist. So if that's you too, and you're just like overwhelmed with all this craft show stuff that you have going on, I promise you, most of the things we do, we overthink and overcomplicate. Selling at craft shows can be as simple as we make inventory and we go and sell it at a show. Like, we set it for a show, we make things and we show up and we sell it. Of course, there is more strategy that goes into all that, and that's why I have my YouTube channel to help you and teach you what I've learned, but it does not have to be perfect. It does not. I'm talking to myself right now. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I just have to keep reminding myself of that. Right now, I have a lot of baby bear hats. I want to set these aside for now and start organizing through some of my Addie beanies because I had a ton of these with just random yarn. I have not made these in a long time, but I just had a ton of them that needed the pom-poms added. So I went through and did that the other day. And so now I have a ton, and I have them in these different colors. So really only these two colors, this pink and then this, I don't even know, like a pinky purple. Oh, so pretty. I love these so much. And then I even found some pink poms in my stash. So I usually don't do these. So these are kind of just random, but I thought, hey, I have them already. I might as well throw them on there and see how they do. So I have some with pink poms, some with brown poms, some with white poms, and I did all of them with this different tag that I've been testing out as well. I have the tags that look like this that go over my products with Alice's little face. By the way, Alice is my logo. Her little face. And then on the back, I have my name, Camryn's Cute Creations. But on these tags, it says Camryn's Cute Creations with my logo all on the front. So I'm testing out that tag. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I just have some of them and I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they sell any better. But yeah, that is kind of what I'm gonna work on now, is just going through and sorting through some of these Addie hats. And then we'll move on to plushies, which, to be honest, this is more plushies than I thought I had. I found a box of them that I must have misplaced. I thought I had a box of them, and then I was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe I sold them. But no, I found the box of them. So we're gonna go through and organize through those. But I'm already gonna tell you right now, I have some work cut out for me on plushie making, because last June at the same event, by the way, I'm doing the same event that I did last June. So if you've seen that vlog, it was a spring show where I sold at, it's called Farm Chicks. And so I'm doing that same event, and last spring I sold so many chickens. And so I know I need a ton more. I sold out of all of them, besides I think like one on the first day. And I'm like, oh man, I had more last year than I do right now. So I really need to get working on making some more of those. The bees sold out for me. And last year there was a lot of requests for cows. So I also want to work on those as well. But anyways, those are just kind of some products that I know are gonna sell at this spring show. The wearables, like the beanies, the baby ones did well for me because they always do, but the adult ones didn't really do that well for me at the spring show last year because it's spring. It gets so hot here in summer. I'm in Spokane, Washington. We get all 4 seasons pretty intensely. Like, so right now it's still really cold, but it's gonna warm up and people are not gonna be wanting adult beanies, but they always get the baby newborn beanies. So I definitely need to make more of those because I see some of them, like I have a little handful of them right here, the little newborn ones, but other than that, not seeing much of my pink double palm ones, which are my best sellers. So definitely have some work cut out for me. But hey, how about I make this like a series on YouTube where I'm prepping for this big show and we can do it together. I can show all my behind the scenes. We can do like crochet with me vlogs and chatty crochet with me vlogs and just behind the scenes. If that helps you be more productive in your business, I know it for sure helps me when I vlog things. Oh, you keep me so accountable. So that helps you be more productive, or you want to see any specific behind the scenes, be sure to comment down below because I love to hang out with you here on YouTube. I love this so much. So definitely comment your ideas for me and I can make some more content on prepping for the show because we're not even to the end of this video yet. And I'm already going to tell you I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot to do. So yeah, let's keep getting through this inventory. So you might be like, okay, how do you already know you need more inventory? How do I even even tell how much inventory I need for a show. And if you're asking yourself that, please know that like I cannot fully guess even how much I'm gonna need, but how I do my craft show strategy and how I plan for my shows is based off of goals that I set. And those goals that I set are based off of my experiences from past shows. So when you first get started, it's hard to make these goals, of course, because we don't have any under our belt. We're not really sure how we're gonna sell or what's gonna sell. And so if you're just getting started out, honestly, just make as much as you can. Make as much as you physically can. And I promise you, you're gonna sell it one way or another. It's always better to have a few extra options than not enough options, but these need tagged. Uh-oh. I need to do a vlog just on tagging things. But if you can prep more than you think you need, that's gonna put you in the best situation. And I'll tell you why. It's because rarely are you going to sell out of absolutely everything that you bring to your show. That has never happened to me. I have heard several makers say at really big shows and they didn't have a ton of inventory, they've sold out of everything, but really you're probably only gonna sell out of the things that are gonna sell at that market, which you won't know what those things are gonna be until you do that exact market. And even then, like even this market that I have coming up, this big vintage craft fair, farm chicks, where I sold so many chickens last year, I still can't fully predict. I still can't fully know who the customers are gonna be this year. I can use data and know what I, learned from last season. Okay, yeah, that sold well, that not so much, things like that. But you aren't gonna know the exact customers, exactly what's gonna sell. But we can make some pretty good guesses and we can set ourselves up for success, It's never a guarantee you're gonna sell all these things. And even if something's selling really well for me, it might not necessarily be selling well for you at that price in your area. It's gonna depend on a lot of factors, but the best thing we can do is test things out. So make what we wanna make and design it for our ideal customer. And then when we go to sell it, we track what is selling exactly. And now I do that by tracking everything I sell with SKUs. None of these things are skewed. To be honest, Peyton helps me tag these ones. It's his handwriting. Okay, here's a SKU right here. I need to go through and SKU all of these tags, but this SKU number is 106 for my pumpkins, and so every time that sells, the card reader that I have, I update that 106 sells, and then I know what sells at what market, and so I know what to make more of for those markets. And it's all gonna depend. You're gonna have your best sellers that you feel like sell really well at every show. You're gonna have some, like for me, the chickens sold specifically. Well, chickens sell really well at all the shows, but specifically at this show, they sold super well for me. So I know to make more of those as well. And so it's definitely something that it's hard. Like I'm talking about setting goals and you're like, I've never done a show before. I've only done a few, or I've never done this specific show before. Setting a goal is hard because we don't know for sure, but we're never gonna know for sure no matter what, and we might as well make a goal because studies show that if you make a goal, specifically a SMART goal, that is going to set you up for success. Making those goals are going to help you stay on track. Even let's say we make a goal to sell $200 at our first show. We don't know if we'll be able to reach that or not, but it gives us structure and something to work for. And I always say whatever it is that you want to make at your show. So let's just say at this show, I'm just gonna say 2,000 maybe. I have to go back and look at what I sold last year because I don't remember for sure, but let's just say 2,000. And this is a big show, by the way. This is a huge show and the fee is super expensive. So that is doable. I would, in my structure and how I base things in my business and what's worked really well for me, is times that goal by 2, and that is how much inventory I'd want to create and make and bring to my show. And you might be like, what? That's $4,000 worth of inventory. Yes, so not 4,000 items, $4,000 worth of inventory, because I want to make at my show 2,000. That is just how much I should bring in order to make sure I have enough products to hit that goal. Now, you might say, well, if you want to make $2,000 worth of profit, then why aren't you bringing $2,000 worth of inventory? Because it seems like you're kind of going overkill here. But the thing is, at these shows, like I said, like my beanies might not be selling as well. Like didn't sell as well for me last year and things like that. And just some things are gonna sell well for you, some things aren't gonna sell as well for you. And so having those options, having those color options, and just making sure that you can keep your booth pretty filled the whole time is really gonna help you out. Empty booths if you get too empty, actually start to draw away customers because they just feel like you don't have very many options left. There's definitely a balance because you don't want to overwhelm your customers either and be like, everything I've ever made out on my table all at once. It's definitely gonna be like a lot for people, but there's a balance there where you want to put enough out that they have options and it's shoppable, but not so little that they feel like, oh, why do they only have like 3 things out, you know? But can I just be honest here? If you do completely sell out, that is a good problem to have. Do not complain about it, okay? Don't you be complaining. Don't you be worried about selling out your entire table at your next craft show. If you sell out of all of the things you brought. That has never happened to me. I've heard it happen to others or almost sold out. That is incredible. That means people love your stuff. That means people want your things. Don't even be hard on yourself. Don't be like, oh, what if I sell out? You want that to happen, okay? You want to sell all of your products, so don't stress about it. Just do what you can, and if you only have 5 products, but you sell all 5 of those products, guess what? You just sold out your products. People want what you have to offer. You just keep making those things and selling them at future shows. It's a snowball effect. Don't stress about it too much. And yeah, that's kind of just what I like to do as far as inventory goes. So as far as looking at my inventory right now, I'm thinking, oh goodness, I don't have as much as I thought I did. That just means to me, I need to inventory all of this, see how much in value it is that I do have, and then moving on from there, set my goal for my show, and then I need to map out a plan of each day, each week, what am I gonna be making in order to reach my goal of this much inventory before this show so that I know how much I should have to sell at my show and put me in the best position to reach my goals or exceed my goals, because if we have a goal of making $2,000 at our show and we make $4,000 worth of inventory, we actually set ourselves up for potential to exceed our goal, and we could potentially make $4,000 at that show because we have that much inventory. That is if we sell out, right? So definitely something to keep in mind. I'm gonna move on to my next bin of stuff here. Not even really sure what's going on. This is how I used to do my headbands. So these are old patterns here. I don't even know what size these are. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. We'll figure it out. I'm just gonna set these aside for now. That's the hardest thing. If you don't tag your products that are different sizes right away, it's hard to tell. Like the baby sizes, I can usually tell if it's a newborn or an adult, but the sizes in between are really hard to tell. So this is one of my old tags that I was using real leather on, and actually don't recommend doing the real leather because I had some customers try to wash their headbands in white and it got the whole headband dirty. So I really like the faux leather tags that I use now, and I get those off of Etsy from a seller on Etsy. I will link them down below. They do a really great job. I will say though, if you are looking to grab leather tags and you have a craft show coming up, definitely order these well ahead of time. They are shipping, at least for me, it's overseas, and so they do take a while to get to you, but they're a really good deal, and if you order in bulk, you won't have to buy them very often, so definitely consider that as well. Okay, I've got some scrunchies here. These are, it looks like with the Velvet Plus yarn, which I haven't made very many of those, but I'm gonna have to bring them and sell them at my show. So yeah, sometimes when I've only made a few of one thing, my perfectionism in me, my perfectionist tendencies is like, no. You only have one, or like, yeah, like this gray one right here. I don't even know if I have 2. You know, you only have 2 of that color. That will look weird, you know, when you're display, and it's gonna look all off and you shouldn't sell that. And then the business side of me is like, put them out, see if they sell, you know, like don't worry about it being perfect. Give your customers options, and we're not gonna know if they sell unless we put them out. Some more little pumpkins. Okay, there's a lot of keychains in here. There's also just like not finished products in here. So I don't know what this bin is. This is like a random bin of stuff. Okay, oh my gosh. This is with the Juicy Couture yarn, the velvet yarn, and there's sparkles in it. I'm obsessed. This is kind of one of a kind, but I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put it out and see if people like the sparkles. I like the sparkles. Okay, these ones with the old tags, I'm thinking about ripping off the old, not ripping off, I'm not gonna rip this off, but trimming off the old tags and putting on my new tags, just because now I know that if my customers do wash these, they like run and get them ruined. I just wanna not have that happen on them. Look, I found a double pump beanie. This is my best seller of all time, and I only have one of them right now that I can tell. So I definitely need to make more of those, but We're all good. We're all good. We've got time. We've got time. This is why we're doing this now, because I have a lot of time, a lot of months coming up to the show. Well, not a lot. A few months left to prep for this show. I also have a show coming up in May, and I'm excited to tell you more about that one as well. It shouldn't be as crazy big of a show, and the fee to do it is $10 instead of the fee for the other event I'm doing. The big one in June is $350 for 2 days. So that's a lot of money, but again, I did really well last year, and so I know I can make that back. Okay, so there was a lot of stuff in here. Oh, this is good. I don't know what's going on. Something happened here. Quality control check. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, so we've got some scrunchies. We've got some mini pumpkins in here. We've got some keychains. I found a lot of headbands. These look like they're all adult headbands, and these are with my old headband pattern that I was using, but I switched it to a better version, but I'm still gonna try to sell these out. But the new version fits a lot better and just looks a lot better. And it's easier to whip up. So I do sell this headband pattern, by the way, and I sell the little velvet beanie pattern in all 5 sizes. So not just the little ones, but newborn to adult. So if you want to check those out, I will have my website linked down below. I do sell patterns. Some of these patterns are not mine, but I'm going to try to link all the patterns that I do use. Like this one's from Oak. This one is from Oak and Marlowe, so definitely check out this pattern. It sells really well at craft shows, but I'll try to link all that down below. So if you want to check out any of the things that I make, this is one of my patterns. This is actually a free pattern. I have a YouTube video on how to make these adorable little chunky pumpkins. Anyways, let's start moving through. Let's sort through and put all of the plushies in a bin. I think I'm gonna put my headbands, some of the things, like this is my old tag. I'm gonna set those aside so that I can fix those, but everything that's tagged. And then also I found some headbands that this black one does not fit with my inventory, so I think I'm going to gift this one. But this one, like I don't have a tag on there yet, so I'm gonna set these aside and not count them in my inventory right now because they're technically not quite ready to be in my inventory. I need to still add that little faux leather tag to them, so I'm gonna set those aside for now. And then I'm going to put the little booties in here. Okay, oh goodness. I don't have very many of my velvet products, but that's okay. That's okay. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Okay. So I wanted to show you this really quick. This is with a new color that I have not tried to sell before, but I thought it would be really nice for the little baby boys. And I'm not adding a pom because I do have some moms that haven't bought a beanie for their baby boy because they don't like the pom. Some of them love the pom, some of them are like, no, I don't like the pom on there. It's funny because some moms will grab the double pom for their little boys. Some, usually like how I view it is the double poms are the girls and then the single pom, like if there's I don't have any right here, but like this obviously is a girl color, but like the single pom on the boy. Oh, but the brown with this color would be so cute. Okay, they don't sell without the poms. I am adding poms to these because the brown pom would be really cute on there. But anyways, I usually picture that to be the boy one and this be the girl one, but I want to give my customers options and just test out if these sell any better without the pom for the little boys. And I just thought this would be such a nice little gift. And I think sometimes when people are grabbing them as gifts for somebody that they know who's expecting, they don't know if the mom would want the pom or not, and it's kind of more of a safer option to not get the pom. We're gonna test that out, but yes, let's move on to putting the plushies and these type of things. I guess I'm gonna count these as like plushies in my head right now. Like they're not technically plushies, but whatever. These, actually they are, because they're, I don't know, would you call this a plushie? It's not an animal, but it's plush. Okay, anyways, we're gonna put all of these in a box, and then we're gonna go through my clearance bin and see what's up with that. Because I honestly don't know what's up with that, but we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see. I sometimes get questions on what I do with leftover inventory, like things that aren't selling. And okay, there's a couple options that you have. This bin is things that there's either a little defect, a color I'm not using anymore, or it just one of a kind things kind of like this that just weren't selling. I guess 2 of a kind. I had 2 of them. But these like they were just too Alice is over here like looking at me like, girl, you tried to sell this. What is your issue here? Honestly, I don't know. I was trying new things, okay? And this was not selling well for me. And I wonder why. This was a little bit too small, I think, for a lot of people. So I think I might, yeah, it doesn't fit my whole head. Like, it doesn't reach past my ears. So this is gonna have to be like a kid's hat. I feel like it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. I think this pattern is from Taylor Lynn Crochet. I don't remember whose pattern this was. Honestly, okay, it's because I didn't do a gauge swatch on this. This is why it's too small. Honestly, I've made other ones that were the correct size and they did sell, but this one hasn't been selling because it's too small. This is full of coasters, and if you haven't heard my experience selling coasters, I cannot sell coasters. I know a lot of other makers sell them and they do really well, but I can't do it. People don't buy my coasters. Tell me, how do I sell coasters? People don't buy them. I've had these for 5 years. Like, I made these. These are one of the first things I made to sell in my shop. These ones aren't as cute. I thought, hey, I might just throw a little coaster or two in some bags and get rid of them for free. Like, literally not even sell them, just get rid of them. This sweet little cardigan that I made with the Bernat Forever fleece. I sold the pink one quite a while ago, but I have been trying to sell it for $46. I did sell the other one for $46, but this one is not selling, and it's so cute and I love it so much and I want somebody to have it. This pattern is from Daisy Farm Crochet, I believe. So cute, but it's just not selling for that price. This cute little purse. This is just like a random strawberry bag I made that doesn't really like fit with my aesthetic, but it is super cute. But it's just like one of a kind, you know? Like, these are just kind of random things in here. These blue hats, I was originally like, I'm gonna clearance these out because, oh yeah, this too. I had a ton of headbands in this color. I'm like, I need to clearance out all of these headbands because in my head, they didn't fit with my color scheme and this and this and that and that. You know what? I'm gonna still put them out for full price because I actually do like these colors and they're neutral enough. They're gonna fit in with my color scheme. I need to chill. Okay, I do have a lot of these headbands. I may be clearancing these out. I'm not sure. And when I say clearance out, all I mean is I'm gonna discount them, throw them in a bin for a discounted price. You can do a $10 bin, you can do a $15 bin, you do a $16 bin. It's up to you. This is from when I used to sew and I did 4th of July scrunchies and I have 2 of them left. I think I'm gonna keep these for me for this 4th of July because they're cute and I don't sew and sell my sewn things anymore. Oh, I have more of them down here. Oh, okay, I have quite a few of them down here. They're really cute, but it just doesn't fit my aesthetic anymore. Maybe I'll get these as gifts for 4th of July this year. That's another thing that I do with things that aren't selling. I gift them, and I think these are cute. Like, the coasters and those scrunchies are both cute. They're just not like fitting my aesthetic and not selling super well for me. But that doesn't mean that they're not cute, okay? So anyways, I've got so much clearance stuff in here. I don't know why I'm finding like a bunch of loose buttons and clips and things at the bottom of the bag and tags. So it was just like I just threw random things in this bin. But anyways, I've got some little pumpkins here. I've got this scrunchie. This is something, you know, I used to sew, and this is like super cheap fabric. I'm just gonna throw some of these things that I'm like, they weren't selling or whatever into random bags, and it's just little freebies for people, okay? I just need to get rid of them. I don't know why this is in here because this is a perfectly fine little newborn hat. I don't know why that was in the clearance bin. Some of these just have little snags on them, or this one is like way too long. Some of these really, they just had a snag on them, and so I had to set them aside because I wasn't gonna sell ones that were snagged or damaged for full price. I think this one just, I literally can't tell what's wrong with this one. Maybe nothing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at some of these. This right here, this is another one of those just like super tiny hats that weren't selling. It's like I had these jumbo hats and then these teeny tiny hats. This is an infinity scarf, and I actually sold quite a few of these a few years ago. I don't know. They're kind of cute. I like them. I do not remember whose pattern this is. I'm so sorry. I made this years ago, but it was probably a free one on Pinterest. This cute little double palm white beanie. Why is this in here? Is there something wrong with this? Should I keep this? I love the double palm on adults too. By the way, the double palm on adults, they will sell as well. I think they're super cute. This is definitely my style. Like, I love this. But anyways, okay, let's see. I found some buttons down here. I also have a ton of these. I was doing these for a while. They're blanket scarves, which is pretty much just, oh gosh. I have so much stuff down here. They are just blanket scarves, which I frayed the edge of some flannel and you wear them as a scarf. And they were selling really well for me for a few years. And I haven't been putting them out in the last couple of years just because I don't have a ton left. But I think I'm gonna put them out and just clearance them out next year. And they're also not crochet. By the way, I didn't just used to crochet, I used to sew things as well. So that is where a lot of this is from. So I'm just gonna stick back in there. Like, I should probably just frog these and use the yarn to make pumpkins or something. That would probably be the best idea, but they're gonna go back in this bin, okay? Clearance bin. I feel like this I'm gonna end up doing as a gift for somebody because it's so cute. It doesn't really match my inventory, and every time I put it out, people are like almost weirded out. They're like, that's really cute, but then they won't buy it, so I don't know. Maybe I won't put it out and I'll just give it as a gift. These brown booties, have no idea why those were in there. They're super cute. Maybe because in my head I was like, they don't perfectly match my aesthetic. I must clearance them. You know what? I'm gonna sell them for full price because there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that the color is one of a kind, but I need to get over that. Get it? Perfectionist tendencies over here, right? Okay, so I've got a lot of velvet hats, a ton of these velvet headbands. I don't know why I have so many. This color is the mushroom color from Bernat Velvet Yarn. I really do love this color a lot, but it wasn't selling super awesome for me, so that's why I was gonna clearance it out. But honestly, I think I'm just gonna put them out as full price because I might as well. I don't want to deal with a clearance bin. If I do need to clearance some of these things out, I will, but I don't think I need to. I think these, I need to check for the defects because some of them looked like they were perfectly fine, but maybe I did put them in here for some sort of reason, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna stick all the things that I want to either give away for free or eventually clearance out back in here. That way it's all organized over here. See, things like this where the stem kind of halfway broke off, but there's nothing like completely wrong with it. It's just kind of like partially broken, but that's just something, you know what? I'm either gonna just throw it in like a $2 bin or throw it in somebody's bag and be like, surprise, here's a little pumpkin for you. I don't know. So this stuff I just gotta get rid of. It's just taking up space and I want to make room for more stuff. I want to make room for more inventory and things. Like some of this stuff has just been sitting in this bin for years. I'm not kidding you. So that is this bin here. And then I've got this bin, this little bin. This has a bunch of my velvet stuff in it. So headbands, beanies, things like that. And then I have this box, which has all of my amigurumi and stuffies in it. And then I have this bag with some Addy hats. So the ones that I made with my Addy knitting machine. And then also a bunch of booties. And then also a bunch of baby bear hats, which sell super well for me. So I'm glad I have a bunch of those. And then I also just have like all of these buttons that I found at the bottom of the bin. So I'm gonna go put those back in my craft room, and then we are gonna go through, I'm gonna count through everything and we're gonna figure out exactly how much I have right now as far as inventory goes so we can better prep for my shows coming up. I'm feeling so good. Like I feel really good getting organized. I will say I have less than I thought I did, but that's all good. Now we know and now we can better plan. We still have plenty of time to plan for that show. So let's do this. Let's do this. We had our lunch. We are now going to go through all of what I have and see how much of everything that I have, but I'm not gonna do it as I'm talking to you or it's gonna take like literally forever and this video is gonna be so long. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to pop on my audiobook. I'm listening to The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's what I'm listening to right now. Alice is playing with her hedgehog and we are gonna get through all of this inventory and then we're gonna touch base on how much I actually have. Guess in the comments down below how much you think I have here. Like, what are you doing? Are you helping out? Only counting this, and this. I'm gonna guess 1,000. It might not even be that. I don't know. We'll go through together and we'll figure it out. And by the way, you're gonna be seeing me write on a piece of paper. This is part of my market prep planner. I do sell this on my website. This is one page out of a ton of pages. This planner is so awesome. It helps me stay organized when prepping for shows. So I'm gonna write right here what the product is and then how many I have right now. So I'm gonna go through and do that just to see how much I have on hand right now. Again, not gonna be counting the clearance bin, but all of this, we're gonna figure it out. So let's do it. just finished going through all of my inventory, counting it all through. I even went live on Instagram because I wanted to hang out with you, and I did it over on Instagram. So if we're not friends on Instagram yet, let's be friends over there because I share a lot more behind the scenes. When I'm working on in real time, I go live, I do Q&A Tuesdays where I answer your questions. So it's a lot of fun. I will stick my handle on the screen and we should definitely be friends on Instagram. But I went through and I organized everything here, and now I'm gonna tell you how much I actually have, which I am blown away. So I'm like tallying and totaling everything up on my inventory planner sheet here, and oh my goodness, am I amazed how much I actually had as far as value. I was guessing like $1,000 worth of inventory. Let's go over everything I had really quickly, and I will let you know what the grand total of everything in my inventory right now is. So I had about 10 adult headbands in the color mushroom. I had 4 of the newborn light blue hats. I had 4 of the white adult headbands, 4 of the gray headbands, 1 of the smoky green headbands. I had 7 teal scrunchies, 2 gray scrunchies, and 3 cream scrunchies. I had 11 wristlets, 6 mini pumpkins, and 1 random pink fuzzy scrunchie. It was kind of like really random, but whatever. Added that to the inventory. Double palm beanies. I had 1 of those. I had 1 gray newborn beanie. I had those indigo beanies, so I had 2 of the newborn ones, 3 of the baby ones, and 1 adult one. I had a total of 9 of the Addie knitting machine hats and 8 of the booties. Then I had 12 baby bear hats. That was the size 0 to 3 month size. And then I had the 3 to 6 month size. I had another 12 of those. I had 15 chickens, which I definitely need to make more of, but hey, 15, that's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good start. I had just 3 bees, 9 pumpkins, 2 of my trees, like little Christmas trees, and then I had 1 adult headband, 1 baby headband, 1 newborn headband, 3 children headbands. These are my new headband pattern I was counting, and then 1 toddler headband. Okay. So that was a lot of stuff I just went through. That is everything I have in my inventory right now, with the grand total of everything right now in my inventory being $2,474. So that is how much I have in my inventory right now. It sounds like a lot, but I will say a lot of this stuff is more fall and winter stuff. So as far as my spring show goes, I definitely want to focus on prepping more of the amigurumi and also my newborn sizes because those sell really well for me all year round. But yeah, I'm super excited to get all of this stuff tagged and continue building my inventory over the next few months leading up to my show. If you are interested in any more, any more behind the scenes of prepping for my market, please let me know because I would absolutely love to film more market prep vlogs like this one for you. If you have not joined my free market prep challenge yet, you've got to join. It's happening next week and we are going to prep in our businesses together, and it is completely free. For more information, check out the description box down below. It's a lot of fun. I've done it a couple times before and we always get so much done as a community, so definitely check that out. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in today's video, and until the market prep challenge, I will see you, my friend, in this video right here. Bye!